Hi everybody, I'm Tara from Crooked Row.
I'm Christopher.
And I'm Elijah.
And today we're going to talk about a huge problem that's happening in our garden. As many of you know, we plant massive amounts of everything in our garden. We try to eat mostly from our garden. And so we have, what, 350 tomato plants?
I think so.
Yeah.
About that. 350 tomato plants, and right now they are getting a fungus on them. It could be leaf spot, it could be many things. I don't think it's early blight, but I'm pretty sure it's some sort of fungus. It's attacking the bottom leaves, and so we are organic growers, and there's not a lot. I think there are some advantages, or not advantages. I think there are some things that you can do organically. You kind of have to research it, but currently we are going to use a method where in a 2-gallon container we are going to put peroxide and water, and we're going to spray all the leaves. After we spray the leaves, we are going to cut the infected leaves out, just snip them, just simple snipping. And the peroxide will help kill all that fungus. You've got to really saturate the plant. But when you are organic, you kind of have to share these things, because so there are people on the internet who say that hydrogen peroxide 3% that you just get at a normal drugstore is not organic. That is actually not true. And they are now saying that, hydrogen peroxide is an organic treatment for your plants. You know, was the egg good or was the egg bad? I don't know. But I feel like from my perspective, not that I'm like trusting a governmental source or anything, but I mean, our whole lives, my parents' whole lives, their parents' whole lives, we've used hydrogen peroxide on open wounds. I think we can use them on our tomato plants. So I'm going to go ahead and use that mixture. I'm going to show these two how to actually handle the plant, and we'll go through together and show what to do and what not to do. So let's get started. So here we are in a big long row of Brandywine tomatoes, and I'm going to try to get in close enough so that you can see this. Here is a very infected leaf. You can kind of see it there. Actually, there's a better plant over here in this. That actually might be a little bit of blight too, by the way. Sorry, we're not showing it. But we clearly are having some sort of fungal infection. We have been very dry, and now we're getting rain. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to address this and how to apply it on here. Okay, so here we have the plant, and I'm going to say that if one plant has it, they probably all do. So we have our sprayer, our 2-gallon sprayer that is full of clean water. We have well water, but it's full of clean water, and a 1.5 cups, because it's 2 gallons, a 1.5 cups of hydrogen peroxide. So you will just go through and you get the back of the leaves, the front of the leaves, you get everywhere. And this will not make your problem go away. So after you spray, you're actually going to want to pull out the infected leaves. But you actually really need to drench these. I mean, this is a severe infection, and so it is really important to get literally everything. Do not touch everything with your hands, because if you've handled any leaves, you should not then be handling leaves. And what I do is, if I do have to handle a leaf, I then wash my hand real quickly in the hydrogen peroxide, because if it can kill it on a leaf, why can't it kill it on your hand? And then you can let that dry and move on to a couple others, but eventually you're going to come back in and you're going to want to get in here and snip off these leaves, and don't lay them down. I'm going to put them in a bucket, and I'm going to take these, remove these completely from the garden. But you want to get all these infected leaves out. And just get close to the stem, because you don't want this transporting all over this plant. And thankfully these are at the bottom. I probably could have saved that one. And there's one more. So now let's take a closer look at this plant now. So now the infected leaves are completely gone, and this looks great, but it is completely drenched, and the underside of the leaves are also drenched. Okay, so now I've showed the boys how to do it. They're gonna go through and they're going to do this. I also wanted to point out, please, from time to time, I would go ahead and give whether you have snips or scissors or whatever you're using to clip off the infected leaves, please wash those down with that hydrogen peroxide mix, and just keep everything super sterilized, keep your hands sterilized, and get that bucket out of the garden. So the boys are gonna get to it. Okay, so we're all finished with that, and hopefully, I mean, this is gonna work. I've read wonderful reviews online about the success that people have had with it. If not, I'm going to actually, in a few days, if we see that this is spreading still, we're gonna go ahead and start adding some baking soda to it, and see if maybe it's a fungus mixed with blight, or bacteria, whatever it is. I mean, at some point, one of these organic remedies must work, because we have put a lot of money and time and effort into our tomato plants. For us, this is actually a very simple process. I mean, you're just like drenching this down. If you don't have the same kind of pump that we do, you can put it in a spray bottle, like the $1 spray bottles from Dollar General, Walmart, anywhere from there, or whatever spray bottles you have, or you can use them in a watering can. The watering can, the only drawback I can see with that is getting up under the leaf. That would be a little bit difficult. Again, if you only have a handful of tomato plants, or maybe you just have one on your back porch, or maybe you have 20, it's actually not that big of a process. It's a big process for us because we have 350 plants, so that's a lot. But what do you guys think about the whole process?
It's very easy, and it only takes like an hour or two.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, very simple.
And it takes totally us an hour or two, again, because of 350 plants.
Absolutely.
So, but it's I mean, this is not rocket science. You're just, I mean, I guess the difference with a tomato plant is you actually want to cover the other areas to kill that infection.
You're giving them a shower.
Yeah, you're giving them a good shower. And then getting all those infected leaves out of the garden. Don't put them in your compost pile. I would throw them away, burn them, do something so that it's not transmitted back into your garden. But this is kind of the plight of the gardener, and this is how it goes. So remember, if we can organic spray our tomatoes,
anybody can.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.